All right, what's good, everybody? So I kind of want to just come on here real quick and talk about something that I've introduced within my YouTube just recently, and it is having a closer relationship with God on the charts. So not just outside of the charts, like in life, but stuff that you can introduce from the Bible into your charts and into your strategy, into your life, whatever it is. So let's just be honest, because obviously trading is a very, very hard thing, and it could completely mess with your entire mindset. Like one day you're doing great, you took a very nice winning trade, 1 to 4 RR, you just banked $1,000 on your eval or on your actual funded account, and then the next day you're basically questioning yourself and your entire strategy because you just took one loss, okay? And you're basically thinking to yourself, what did I do wrong? And you start doubting yourself, like you have all these doubtful thoughts and everything like that. And obviously, if you say that you've never had this, that just means you're lying, because every single person has had that in their life or even in their trading, especially me. I've had it all the time, and even like recently, I still have it. So it's we've had them plenty of times where I was basically we sit in front of the screen, we look at the charts, and you think to yourself, like, you're angry with yourself, you're frustrated, and you're thinking like, God, why didn't this trade work out? I did everything right. I followed all my rules and everything like that. Or sometimes you're even thinking to yourself, like, why am I not seeing progress that I hope for, or like the success that I've been praying for and I've been working for? But it kind of hit me to a certain point where I was basically trusting the process, but I wasn't trusting the provider. So obviously, God is our provider to all of this, to our entire life. He's the one that brought us down to this earth. He's the one that created this phone. He provides us with everything. The entire world was provided through him. Okay, so obviously, the one thing I'd like to talk about, it's this verse that I go back to almost every single day. It's Proverbs chapter 3, 5 through 6. Trust in the Lord with all of your heart and lean on not on your own understanding, but in all ways acknowledge him, and he'll make your path straight. Okay, so that means even if you're looking for like your setup looks perfect, but it just doesn't play out, still trust in him, because even on red days, I still trust him, because I know this journey isn't a progress driven journey. It's a process driven journey. So, and it's not about, and like I said, it's not about the profits, it's about the purpose. So why are you doing this and all that kind of stuff? So here's the truth. God is not measuring by your entire win rate. He's looking at your heart and who you are as a person. He's thinking to himself, are you growing in patience? Are you learning to stay calm when things don't go the right way for you? Are you staying disciplined even when no one's watching? So that's really the stuff that matters within your life, and what you should be focusing on every single day. It's not the profits, it's not the progress, it's not the payouts, it's not any of that kind of stuff. It should be being saying, hey, God, I took a loss today, but I still trust in you, because I know that a couple years from now, all of these losses, I'm turning them into lessons. And, a couple years down the line, I'm going to be able to think to myself, like, wow, God, thank you so much for making me take these losses, because I just made all these lessons and I'm so much farther ahead than I was 3 years ago. Okay. So you have to think to yourself, like, hey, one loss is not going to affect me that much 3 years from now, right? Okay. So you have to think about it that way. So another verse that I like to go back to is from Matthew chapter 6, verse 33. Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. So to me, that doesn't mean say, hey, don't chase the money so hard that you forget where you are, and peace like really comes to you. So like, don't worry about the money aspect of trading, of life. You have to basically think about, hey, you know, I'm seeking God, and then everything else will come. Okay, so introducing God within your trading journey, within your business, whatever, will help you create that faith within Him, and everything else will just follow after that. Okay, so trading is going to test you 100%. It's going to stretch you. It's going to bring you to your knees. Okay, there's been many times where I've been brought to my knees and said, man, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but I don't care what's going on, because I have trust in the Lord, and I know that everything will work out for me, because God has a plan for everything. If you ever read the Bible, I can't remember exactly what verse it is, but there's a verse in the Bible that talks about how God does not forget about anyone, because even the birds that you see outside have food for them to eat. No one's really feeding the birds unless you go out to, a park in, New York or something like that. There might be a grandma trying to feed the birds or something like that. But if you're out in nowhere, in the middle of nowhere, there's still birds that are alive. But like, where's that food source coming from? No one really knows. I mean, obviously they eat worms and stuff like that, but still, God is providing to those animals. God is providing those animals, the deer, the wolves, the coyotes, and all that type of stuff. God is providing those animals with food. So think about it that way. Like, don't ever, if you ever get super discouraged with yourself, you have to think to yourself, like, man, like, even though I just took a huge loss, I'm not worried about it because I know God has me. Okay? And it just ties back to that whole animal thing, that it's like, no one's feeding these, not humans, not a lot of humans are feeding these animals. So there's still a lot of them out there. God is providing those animals with food. Okay? And like on other days where you feel super overwhelmed, and you just feel like you're like falling behind, one thing that you have to remember, it's written in Isaiah 26, verse 3. Um, you will keep the perfect peace, those minds who are steady to you, because they trust in you. Okay, so that right there, when you want peace, if you really want peace in trading, you have to keep your mind on God, not on the dollar signs, not on the missed opportunities and the setups that you take. And it's not, what people are flexing on Instagram. It's just him. You just have to focus on him, and then everything else will come. It's just like the verse we just talked about. So yeah, obviously study your setups, refine your strategy, get better every single day, but don't try to carry this entire weight on your shoulders with the, like, by yourself. That's why God put us on this earth, so we can use him to help us get closer with him and succeed within our lives. Okay, obviously everyone has different goals and different aspirations in life. Some people, don't really care about money, or some people don't care about success, or something like that. They just want to be out in nature, which is something that I want to do. I'm only doing all this trading stuff is so I can have that freedom to go out, just make a couple $100 or a couple $1,000 on trading, and then just go out in nature, be able to hike, be able to walk, or whatever it is. So really just let God take control of all of your life. Put all of your stresses, all of your anxieties, everything. Just give it to him, and then just watch how your outcome becomes so much more clear. Because once you give all of your stress to him, you're basically going to be stress free. Just trust the process, trust within God. I want you guys, after this video, close your computer and say a prayer. Be like, Father, I thank you for this beautiful day today, and I give you all of my anxiety, all of my fear. Take it away from me, Lord, because I trust in you, and I know that you have a plan for me. Just how you feed all of the birds and animals outside, I know that you will feed me, and my outcome will be safe. That's all you have to do. And then after that, truly put into practice the fact that, hey, I'm putting my trust in God. Don't stress to him. Don't stress. Literally, if you ever just stress, think about God. Talk to him. Think of God as a father. You have to think of him as a father figure, because that's why people call him Father. Okay? So trust in God. Join my Discord if you need help with trading. We are very close to 100 subscribers. I'm going to be doing a giveaway for $100. So all you got to do is hit the subscribe button, join my Discord, and you'll be entered to giveaway for the giveaway for $100. So I'll see you guys within the next video. Peace out, boys.